What is up, my friends? As you can see from the title of this video, I am unofficially, but officially back in the gym. The gyms where I'm at right now are not technically open, but I made some phone calls. Somehow, magically, found a gym that is letting me in unofficially. So I'm really excited about that. Day one of going back to the gym, if you know me, you know I went in there and I went bench pressing. I was so ready for that. I also mentioned in one of my last videos, I think it was the how to fake your progress pictures video, that I was having some major back issues. I didn't know at the time that it was major, but I ended up being out from training completely for 2 weeks because it hurt to rotate. So that was unfortunate. So as soon as I recovered, I started making phone calls and I was like, hey, who's open? Who wants to let me in? Like, I am desperate. I will pay you big bucks to let me into your gym, even though unemployment in New York is really crappy and they're not getting back to me and I don't really have money, but I'm also really hustling so that I can afford to do this and also pay my rent in New York, which I'm still paying for, and I'm just really struggling, but like I really need the gym for my mental health, so please let me in. Okay, that was a really long rant about nothing. So anyways, 2 days before the gyms in Manhattan had shut down, I had tested my 5 rep max on the bench press 3 months ago to this date. And I was at 145 pounds body weight at this time. I ended up doing 135 pounds, which is just a plate each side, for a 5 rep max.
Slowly, take your time getting over. Breathe now, deeply. You said I came out of nowhere. I know you're still stuck in place doing nothing. And I know
I had been cutting, so I was just kind of gauging where I was with that 5 rep max. I wasn't in a max strength or a peaking phase, so I wasn't testing my 1 rep max at that point. So the minute I got back to the gym, I was like, I'm benching. I have not trained for 3 months. So I have my program already written out. If you guys are interested in what my actual personal program looks like, I can maybe do a video on that. I don't know if it interests you guys or not, but it's pretty boring stuff. It's like hypertrophy work, higher rep ranges. I decided for science, for you guys, that I am going to test my 5 rep max. So I did that. And right now I'm sitting around, I think around this time I was sitting around 150. I'm fluctuating right now between 147 and the highest I got was like 154, which was a few days ago, but I also just like, I don't know what that was about. I ended up going in there and I hit, sorry, there's this bug that keeps hitting the window and it's driving me nuts. So if you see me looking away, it's because this massive bug just like keeps trying to like, so I went into the gym, I tested my 5 rep max again, and here's what I got.
and I know you still, I know you still want me.
So I ended up hitting 125 for a 5 rep max, being untrained, detrained for the past 3 months exactly. So the strength drop was 10 pounds, and my theory on this, there's not much research, right? Usually it's on injured athletes who are completely inactive, basically on bed rest. And obviously when you're not moving at all, you're gonna really see some atrophy to those muscles a lot more than someone who is still able to get up, to move, to work. And on top of that, I know I personally was still doing body weight movements, and I'm gonna go over those in a second. And I know that a lot of you guys have also continued doing body weight movements. If not, you guys had some dumbbells, had some kettlebells, had some weights and some resistance added to your training. So most of you guys actually had more than I had to work with during the past 3 months, which is amazing. So here is what I did for the past 3 months. Let me scroll down to my workouts. So I mostly did TRX and body weight movements. So most of the time I was working out 3 to 4 times per week. I dedicated 1 day at minimum to TRX upper body movements because upper body is my favorite thing to train. Lower body is painful, it's rough, it's killer, hate it. And then 3 of the other days, well, let's just say 2 days were dedicated to Metcon, full body Metcon. And then I would have sometimes a 4th day, which would either be a Metcon day, which I've been really enjoying, so most of them have been Metcon, or it would be another upper body workout, or a dedicated leg day, either on the TRX or just body weight. So keep that in mind when I say I haven't trained for 3 months. I have trained these past 3 months, but with body weight movement. So I've been detrained as a power lifter, but now we get to see the extent to how much I have truly been detrained. I've lost 10 pounds, but my theory is that because I'm in this alarm stage again from being detrained, my body isn't used to training, so it needs to adapt. Again, I go through different cycles of training. I've gone on tours where I stop training outside of body weight, so this is very similar to a tour for me, actually. So I do believe that I will see my strength increase relatively quickly in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I could be wrong on that, but this just feels very similar to tour life when I would go on tours for about 8 to 12 weeks and only have very minimal equipment to use during those tours. I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm shocked about the results, but I just wanted to put that out there for those of you who are curious about what's going to happen with you guys, especially if you guys have been training more than I have or been doing more with as far as resistance training than I have. So maybe that you can be encouraged, okay, maybe I have lost a little bit of strength, or maybe I'm a little bit detrained, but after this alarm phase, which is the phase where you feel like the crazy DOMs, which I have been feeling like crazy, that you can go back to normal relatively quickly. Really just depends on what level you're at as an athlete as well, but maybe this information was helpful for you guys and encouraging. I'm gonna test my 5 rep max again next week, so I will do an update for you guys as well, just to see where my strength is at, if it's the same, if you see it increase again. It's also worth noting that that your chest adapts differently, your upper body adapts differently to stresses than your lower body, and it doesn't take as long for your upper body to recover as it does with your legs. So there's a lot of different factors that we have to think about when we talk about this, but that is what happened when I went into the gym. I will show you guys the rest of my workouts now, and I hope you guys enjoy.
They say you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. And no, I don't wanna be alone in the world out there. I tried this, tried that, tried everything, coming right back, won't you wait for me? I need you to stay right there. I'm coming right away, my dear. slowly. Take your time getting over. Breathe now, deeply. You said I came out of nowhere. I know you're still stuck in place doing nothing. And I know you still, I know you still want me.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.